Alright, so we're off the Scrambler. Just gonna do a quick walk around. Starting with the front here. With the headlight, you get LEDs just around the edges to make a ring. You can see right in the middle there, you actually get the Ducati logo. Cool little detail there. I believe these turn signals have actually been trimmed to not stick out so much. We've also got this Dart blackout windscreen here. I think it looks great to go with the black and red look of the bike. Black rims, very strong single-sided Brembo brakes up front here as well as in the rear. On the kickstand side of the bike, that's where you have this adjustable shock. I believe it's 6 total preload adjustments. On this side here, you get the saddlebag that's a little bit longer than the other side. I'll show you the comparison shot. But yeah, lots of nice little silver details. I love the black and silver look. Coming over to this side, panels on the gas tank have been added on. They come with silver from the factory. The silver looks similar to the color of the gas tank. I really like how the black looks, but once you put them on, it's not super easy to pull them off. You actually have to pull this off, and then there's some screws. Coming up to the gas tank here, born free, 1962. Pretty standard key. Pop that open. Premium only. I know it's debated. I've only filled up premium in this bike. Stock exhaust on this one. I still think it sounds great. Termi exhaust, of course, a Krapovich. Can't go wrong with those, but just a little bit too noisy for my liking around the city. Here on the back, you've also got Brembo brakes. Smaller disc, obviously, but still grabs very nicely. I love this detail back here. You don't have to get a fender eliminator kit. I mean, you could still go for a more minimal look, but really cleans up the look of this tail. The mismatched size saddlebags, I don't mind. It's probably smaller on this side to account for how close it is to the exhaust. I'm really happy with these bags. They slide on and off really easily. There's just a latch back here. Undo that, and then they just clamp in right there. And then when you pull, it just comes off like that. If you really want to clean up the look of the bike, I'll actually take an Allen key and remove these. I honestly think it looks pretty nice for a standalone bag, and it does a pretty good job of keeping things sealed. Velcro at the top here. Also got the Seat Concepts aftermarket seat. Does take away the Ducati logo at the back here, but that's okay. Makes it look pretty minimal. I'll walk you through the dash, but before that, on the left-hand side, clutch is pretty tight. For smaller hands, I will warn you, it is a pretty decent reach. It isn't adjustable on this side, whereas the brake lever is. So something to keep in mind. You got the headlight switch up here. To turn them on, you just flick down. You can also use this as a passing light. Ducati logo on the grips. Signal, cancel signal. This button actually integrates with the dash if you're doing things like changing the clock. Horn. You've got 2 menu buttons, one going up, one going down, and I'll show you how all of that works. Mirrors are pretty nice. The handlebar ergonomics does make you sit quite upright. Did take some getting used to, but it ended up being pretty comfortable in the long run. This side, very twitchy throttle, Ducati logo on the grip as well, and the adjustable brake lever, which is really nice. I have it on the shortest setting. Flick it up and then it reveals a button. I believe a lot of Ducatis are like that. When you park the bike, it'll actually start blinking the security system for a couple hours. 6,500 kilometers until the next major valve adjustment. It automatically defaults to odometer. No matter where you left off, it always comes back to that. You've also got a clock up top, side stand indicator at the bottom here, oil light, ABS light is always on when you're not moving, neutral light, your headlights down here, low fuel indicator will be here, and then yeah, oil light down there. So as I'm filtering through the menu, I'll be using this bottom button here. It'll take you through odometer, trip 1, which is very important for me because I use this to track how many kilometers I've used on the tank because there is no fuel indicator. There also is no gear indicator. Trip 2, Temperature, if you're running the bike, just keep in mind you'll probably have to subtract anywhere between 3 to 5 degrees, at least for Celsius, because the bike tends to run hot and it thinks the temperature is actually hotter than it is. And then back to the odometer. Tachometer goes around from around a 230 position to a 930. Takes some getting used to as well, nothing too major, and then that should conclude it. The key slot is actually way under here. Seat lifts up. You got the manual here, and you got the toolkit that Ducati includes.